This conference will now be recorded.
All right, let's start. So today's concept is ImpExes. Today's concept is ImpExes. As I mentioned yesterday, if we take a database, let's say we have a employee table. The database we have employee table and we have employee ID, let's say employee name and employee salary. So these are the columns. Okay, so these are the columns. Now I want to do something like a 101 $10 is the salary. Okay, so 102. Okay, triple RS $12 is the salary. Let's say 103. Okay, so hello. Let's say $11 is the salary. Like this. Okay, like this. I want to insert. I want to insert 100 records. Okay, like this I want to insert 100 records. So what are the ImpEx? Now see this one please. By using ImpEx, you can insert a record. This is called a record. You can update a record. You can delete the record. Okay, you can insert a record. This is a record. Record 1 and this is the record 2 and this is the record 3. So therefore, by using ImpExes, we can insert a record, we can update a record or we can delete a record. Okay, so one more point is ImpEx is kind of a file here. So if you see here, let me show you the product ImpEx, right? Okay, let me show you the product.impex. So if you can see there are a bunch of the impexes here. You can just open one impex. So you can see impex is kind of a file. So like we have dot document, dot text file like that, right? So we have a dot impex file, asterisk dot impex file. And by using impex, you can import data into SAP Commerce, or you can export the data from SAP Commerce, or we can export the data from SAP Commerce. Both are possible here. Can you see this one please? By using ImpEx, we can import the data into SAP Commerce. Okay, by using ImpExes, we can import the data into SAP Commerce, or we can export the data from SAP Commerce. Import, export. So therefore, now, okay, simple conclusion is what? By using ImpExes, we can insert the data, we can update the data, we can delete the data. Data here, not the columns. So please remember this. These are the columns. Please remember this. These are the columns, not the data. And this is the table. Okay, so these are the columns, these are the tables. So therefore, can you hear me?
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, good.
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, good. I need to check. Okay, so therefore now see the conclusion please. In the SAP Commerce we have ImpExes, and yesterday I have given the introduction, and by using ImpExes we can import the data into SAP Commerce, or we can export the data from SAP Commerce. Now let's say I have a database table, let's say employee table. We have employee ID, employee name, employee salary. Like this, these are the columns and these are the data, means records. Now I want to insert, okay, 100 records like this. If I want to insert 100 records, how do we do in Oracle? Tell me. How do you do one Oracle? Okay, so insert into employee, then you can specify so the types. Let's say employee code, employee ID, employee name, employee salary. Okay, employee salary, and you will specify values. What are the values here? Okay, so let's say 101 Chenna and $10. This is how you do. This is how you do in the Oracle here. See how easy in the SAP Commerce. So 102, 103. Okay, let's say this is a triple RS. If you want to put this in the string, you can put in the string here, not a matter. So let's say this is a $12, this is $11. Like this, you will write this statement 100 times. Is that correct? This is how we do in the Oracle. If you are not sure the Oracle, so this is how we do in the Oracle. That's it. See this one here, my requirement is what? I want to insert 100 records like this. If I want to insert 100 record like this, if I want to insert 100 record like this, then I need to write insert into employee table. Then for which columns? These are the columns. And what are the values? You can specify the values. Values is nothing but the record. Like this, you need to write 100 times. Then how do we do same thing using SAP Commerce? See how easy with the SAP Commerce here. See how easy with the SAP Commerce. How do we do with the same thing with the SAP Commerce? Okay, so you can say insert underscore update. So that means if record is there, do the update. If record is not there, do the insert. Insert underscore update, or you can just write the insert also, or you can just write the update also. So therefore, for now, I am just going with the insert underscore update. So where you want me to insert underscore insert, okay, into the employee type. So please use the employee type, semicolon. Then what are the columns? So columns are employee ID. Employee ID is unique, right? So you can specify UNIQE, unique equal to true, semicolon. Then employee name, semicolon, employee salary. Like this you can write it. Then after that you can simply specify the records. Let's say 101 Chenna, okay, $10. Okay, semicolon, 102 triple RS, $12. 103 semicolon, hello, $11. Like this, you can simply put the records. See, now tell me, is the Oracle is easy or SAP Commerce is easy? See, this is a one-time activity. This is a one-time activity. After that, you just enter the records. Now you tell me, Oracle is easy or SAP Commerce is easy?
SAP Commerce.
SAP Commerce, because this is a one-time activity. Even one-time activity you can take from the technical people. So this one-time activity you can take from the technical people. So if you take one-time activity from technical people, okay. So if you take one-time activity from technical people, so then entering the data anyone can do. Anyway, in the Excel you do, right? Anyway, in the Excel you do, right? See, let's say assume that you don't know SAP Commerce. In the Excel anyway you are entering the data. Okay, so 101 Chenna, $10, 102 triple RS, $12, 103. Okay, so 103 hello, $11. Like this you are entering in the Excel. Same thing you are doing here. There is no difference. There is no difference. That much of easy to write the ImpExes. That much of easy to write the ImpExes. Okay, so that much of easy to write the ImpExes. Okay, so therefore, if you want to insert 100 records into this, then you can just write ImpEx. This is called ImpEx header once. After that, simply enter the records. Like this, enter the records. So this is called ImpEx header. Okay, and these are all called records. Just now I told you. These are all called records. Record 1, record 2, record 3. That's it. Now let's see what is the general syntax of ImpEx. General syntax of the ImpEx. What is the general syntax of the ImpEx? Okay, now you can see it, please. So you are performing the operation, right? That is called mode. Mode. And here you need to specify the type. Is it a employee type, cart type, order type, like that? Mode, type. Then you need to specify the column names, attribute names. So let's say attribute 1. Okay, attribute 1. So every attribute will have modifiers, right? What are the different modifiers we have for attributes? Unique equal to true, okay, read equal to true, write equal to true, like that, right? So you can specify the modifiers. So let's say modifier 1 equal to value 1. So if you have more than one, let's say unique equal to true, write equal to true, like that you need to put more than one, then you can do with a semicolon. Okay, modifier 2 equal to value 2, like this you can write it, semicolon, attribute 2. For attribute 2 also you want to mention the modifiers. So let's say modifier, okay, modifier 1 equal to value 1, and this syntax also you can use here. Okay, so this syntax also you can use. Modifier 1 equal to value 1, and yeah, so like this you can specify the modifiers. Okay, so if you have more than one modifier, you can specify like this. Like this, you can specify the modifier, then attribute 3, and so on, so on, so. Then finally, you can specify the records. So this is the general syntax. Okay, then what is the meaning of the mode here? Mode means what kind of operation you are performing. Are you inserting the record? Are you updating the record? Are you inserting the record or updating the record? So that means if you write like this, if record is there, it will perform the update. If record is not there, it will perform the insert. Okay, if record is there, it will do the update. If record is not there, it will perform the insert. So, or are you removing the record? Are you inserting the record? Are you updating the record? Are you removing the record? So that's nothing but the mode you will specify here. That is nothing but the mode you will specify here. Next to type. What is the meaning of type? So are you inserting the record into the employee type or card type? Okay. So employee type like that. You can specify the type. Then attributes. Attributes are nothing but the database columns, and the records are nothing but this one. So this is the general syntax of the ImpEx. On top of this, you will have one more thing called a macro. On top of this, you have one more thing called a macro. Now let's see what is the meaning of macro. Okay, now let's see what is the meaning of macro. Okay, on top of this, we have one more thing called a macro. Now let's see what is the meaning of macro. Okay, in C language also we have macros. What is the purpose of C language macros? Anyone? What is the purpose of C language macros? Anyone? In the C language also we have the macros. What is the purpose of the macros in C language? You guys are there?
Yes, sir. Don't know.
What is the purpose of the macros in C language? Anyone remembered? Okay, so if not, I will take the diagram quickly and explain. So please remember this here. So we are discussing the ImpEx. By using ImpEx, you can import the data or you can export the data. Importing the data is nothing but import ImpEx. Exporting the data is nothing but the export ImpEx. And this diagram I already explained. During the data modeling, this diagram I already explained. Okay, good. Next, so one more point you need to remember is ImpEx is the concept. ImpEx is kind of a inserting the record, updating the record, deleting the record, right? Those are all happening because of this extension. So SAP Commerce is giving the ImpEx extension for us. That's it. Then just now I am covering, right? We have a employee table and we want to insert the records, and this is the syntax if it is a Oracle. If it is a SAP Commerce, see how simple it is. Okay, how simple it is. Now we are discussing the general syntax. Okay, on top of this you will have a macro, right? On top of this we have the macro. Now let's understand what is the macro. So I'll take this picture here so that we can save some time. I'll take this picture so that we can save some time. Can you see this one, please? Can you see this one? Are you guys there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's say you are writing a C program. You are writing a C program. In the C program, you are using something called languages. Okay, and you are using English language, French language. So you have used on line number 1, line number 20, line number 45, line number 80, line number 92. Like that you have used the language called English and French. Assume that 40 times you have used. So you are writing a C program. I am explaining first C program. Then we will come and discuss the SAP Commerce. Let's say in the C language. Okay, so you are using language called English and French. Okay, so and you have written ENFR in line number 1, line number 40, line number 50, line number 82, line number 93, like that. Assume that you have used it 40 times. Now you ask your manager to review the code. When manager is reviewing the code, when manager is reviewing the code, he said, hey, why did you use English ENFR? Why you did not use full name ENGLISH and French? Why you did not use full names? Then if your manager is giving that comment, how many places you need to change? How many places you need to change?
5 places.
40 places. I said assume that we have used this in the 40 places. Assume that we have used this in the 40 places, then you need to change in the 40 places. Now instead of that, I can use macro. Can you see this one please? In the C language, this is how you write the macro. Macro, okay, has defined language. Then I specified ENFR here. Then I can refer wherever I want the language, this variable. I can refer it. Now you have given this code to your manager for review or lead for review, and he asked the same question. Hey, why did you use ENFR? Why you did not use the full name? English, French. Then how many places you need to change if you are using this one? How many places you need to change?
One place.
Only one place. That is the power of the macro. Only one place. That is the power of the macro. So that means if you are thinking that you want to use some value in many places, if you are thinking that you want to use something in many places, instead of using that as is in many places, you can write it as a macro. Then macro name you can use everywhere. Then tomorrow if you are changing, you can change only here. That is the power of the macro. Same meaning in the SAP Commerce also. Same meaning in the SAP Commerce also. That's why you can see here. Okay, so in the C language we are using has defined macro name, then macro value. Has defined macro name and macro value. That is how we have in the C language. Now how do we do in SAP Commerce? In SAP Commerce, you can see the left side is nothing but the macro name, right side is nothing but the macro value. So therefore, so here we are using the dollar symbol. Here we are using the dollar symbol. So therefore, now you can see here, let me take a different product.impex again. So let me take the different file where you have many occurrences basically. Okay, where we have many occurrences. Okay. Okay, so let's see catalog version. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, now you can see there is a catalog, product catalog, right? You can see product catalog is used in 2 times. For now, it is a 2 times. Now, tomorrow you want to change something, right? Okay, so let's say you want to change some name, product catalog, name 1. Then you can change only one time. You don't need to change all the places, because you are not using that value directly. You are using the macro name everywhere. So therefore, if you change this, wherever it is referred, wherever it is referenced, that will pick the value from here, then you are all good. That is the purpose of writing the macro. Is that clear? That is the purpose of writing the macro. So therefore, if we take the ImpEx will have 3 things. One is a macro, then is the mode and the records. That's it. One is the macro, second one is the mode, and third one is the records. That's it. So that is what it is discussed here. That is what it is discussed here. You can see these are all macros. Okay, and you can see that definition. That's it. Is that clear so far? Any questions? You guys are able to hear me? Hello?
Yes, Chenna, I can hear.
Okay, good. So the next thing is that, okay, so now we understand what the meaning of macro. Macro means inserting a data, updating a data, deleting a data. Okay, now, okay, so now what we can do is that, you remember yesterday or in the last week we created courses item type, right? Let's go there. Last week we created courses item type or courses table. Let's go there. So I'm just going to the back office. Okay. Go to the types. Okay, go to the types. Okay, so look for the courses. You can see there is a type we created called courses and execute it. Execute it. So right now there is only one record. I will delete that record also. I will delete that record also. That's it. Now I want to insert records into this courses item type. Okay, so it is having course code, course name, course duration, course amount. It is having course name, course code, course name, course duration, course amount. Now I want to insert the records into this. If I want to insert the records into this, how do I do? If I want to insert the records into this, how do I do? You can see insert underscore update. So courses is the name we have given here. So if you want to see where is the name, you can check in the data model. So Chenna core hyphen items.xml. So here you can see the logic of creating that particular type. Here you can see the logic of creating that particular type. You can see this one. So you can see, so insert underscore update courses, then you have a course code, that's the first attribute, then you have a course name, that is the second attribute, then you have the course duration and the course amount. Like this you have the records, and in that course name is what? Unique equal to true, so therefore you can mention that unique, unique, unique equal to true, you can mention it. So now the requirement one is what? I want to insert, insert records into courses table, into courses type. So if you want to insert, then first create the ImpEx header, then you can write the records. So semicolon. So let's say 101. Then name is SAP Commerce Functional. Duration is let's say 50 hours, and the amount is let's say $500. Okay. Next to 102 semicolon SAP Commerce Technical 50 hours and let's say $500. Okay. Next to 103. Okay, SAP Commerce Functional, SAP Commerce Spartacus or SAP Spartacus. SAP Spartacus, then let's say 50 hours and $500. Like this, you can enter the records. Once your records are ready, then the question is how to execute the ImpExes. How to execute the ImpEx. So if you want to execute the ImpExes, we have three solutions. Solution one is you can do from HSE. Solution two is you can do from back office, and solution three is via code. Via code, and when you perform initialization or update. Via code when you perform initialization or update. We will understand the third one deeper now. Now means after 5 minutes. Let's focus on the first one and second one for now. So now I want to execute the ImpExes from HSE. If I want to execute from HSE, copy this ImpEx whatever you have, go to HSE. So this is a HSE tool. So go and type admin and whatever password you have given during the installation. So now you can go here. So there is a import ImpEx and export ImpEx here. Import ImpEx means bring the data into commerce. Export ImpEx means take the data from the commerce. So right now I want to insert, so therefore you can go here, put that ImpEx and click on import. So now you can go and see, earlier there is no data, now you can see data is coming. Earlier there is no data, now you can see there is a data coming. Now let's say you want to delete the record. So if you want to delete the record, can you see this one please? If you want to delete the record, then so what is the statement? Remove. Remove from where? Courses. And please remember this, if you want to remove the record, you need to pass the attribute which is a unique. We need to pass the attribute which is a unique. So in this scenario, course code is a unique. That's why I'm passing it. Now you can specify the which records you want to remove. Let's say I want to remove 102. Let's say I want to remove 103. So then take this one, go here, execute it, go here, execute it. Come and see whether it is deleting the record. Is it deleted? Is it deleted?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. Like this, you can insert the record, you can update the record, you can delete the. So let's say you want to update the record. So if you want to update the record, okay. So now you can see. So right now 101 is there. 101 I will update it. Okay. So update. And 102, 103 not there. So therefore it will create because I am using insert underscore update. Insert underscore update means if there, update it. If not there, create it. Let's see if it is happening. Right now I have the 101, then you should do update. So can you see this one please? See 101 is updated and 102, 103 are created. So therefore if the record is there, insert. If the record is not there, if the record not there, insert. If the record is there, then update. Like this you can perform the insert, all those things. Insert, update, delete with the ImpEx. Now there is a one famous question here. Okay, now there is one famous question. So we all know that. So let's say we have a potato table. Okay, so let's say this is the potato type, and you are getting the data from SAP. You are getting the, understand the scenario, please. Let's say this is the SAP system. From the SAP system, you are getting the data. Okay, from the SAP system, you are getting the data. Assume that 1000 records are coming. So assume that 1000 records are coming. So when 1000 records are coming and you are trying to import the data with ImpEx, you are importing the data with ImpEx. Assume that there is a 480th record having error, and also there is a 623 record. Okay, so 480 record is having the error and 623 record is also having error. 1000 records are coming from the SAP and you are trying to load with ImpEx. But whatever data coming, do you think that all is accurate or there can be errors in the data? Do you think that all are accurate or there can be some error in the data?
Errors will be there.
Okay, there can be error in the data. There can be error in the data. Okay, now 1000 records are coming. Out of the 2 records are having error. Now what happens? Okay, so now the question is what happens? So this is a very common question in the companies. First one is what? Okay, option 1 is complete process fail. So that means all records get fail. All records get fails. Second one is what? Till 479 success. Till 479 success. 480 is having the error, right? After that it will stop. Third option is what? Okay, only 480 record, 623 record fails, remaining good. Okay, remaining good. Okay, now you tell me which option you want and which option you want and which is the good.
Third.
Third one.
So you want the third one, right? Only failed records or incorrect data records should fail. Only incorrect record data should fail, remaining should process. So this is one of the common question. Okay, your manager asks, okay, oh, we are getting lots of data. What happens if data is wrong? No problem here. If data is wrong, that record only will fail. No problem. If the data is wrong, only that record will fail. Remaining records will be good. Shall we see this if it is happening correctly or not? Shall we see if this is happening or not?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. So right now what is happening? Assume that this is the courses type and it is having lots of data. And let me delete all the data for now. Okay, I just deleted all the data. Now this is how records are coming from SAP. Assume that these are coming from SAP. Okay, semicolon. So let's say 104 semicolon. So let's say 104 and data structures. Okay, data structures. Let's say 50 hours, $500, and finally one more record. Let's say 105. Okay, 105. Let's say Salesforce, and let's say 50 hours again, $500. Like this, we have the data coming. Out of that, assume that second record is having error. Second record is having error. Let's see how do I create the error here. This is I'm just putting the string instead of, because this is an integer, right? Amount is an integer. I'm trying to put the string. Then second record is having the problem here. Second record is having the problem. If second record is having the problem, then what is the expected output? Remaining records should success. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Remaining records should success. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now let's see if it is happening or not. See, I executed. Now you can see it is giving the error for the second record. Okay. So you can see unparsable number because it is not able to parse, because that amount is what? Number, integer. That's why it is giving the error for the second record. But remaining record should success. Let's go and verify it. You can see remaining records are coming. 101, 103, 104, 105 successfully are there in the database. So that is the meaning of this scenario. That is the meaning of the scenario. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Next. So the next one is, so this is very nice. Okay. One more thing is that I said ImpExes we can execute via HAC. Just now we have seen. We can also execute from back office. How do we do from back office? Let me show you. How do we do from back office? Let me show you. You can go here in the system only. In the tools, you can see there is a import. Okay. So here you can upload the ImpEx file. From here, you can upload the ImpEx file. So that means, so you can save this as a file, .impex file, then you can upload and proceed. You can upload and proceed. So like this, through ImpEx also we can execute, from the back office also we can execute the ImpExes. Next, third one is what? Through code via initialization or update. Through code via initialization or update. So what does it mean? We'll understand now. What does it mean? We'll understand now. All right, let's focus on this one, please. Let's focus on this one, please. So this is the website given for us. Can you guys pay attention? Can you guys pay attention? So this is the website is given for us. I will try to type it as much as possible. You need to grab it. Are you guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So this is the website given for us. I will ask a bunch of the questions. You keep answering. Okay, so this is a website, we are getting it. So that means languages, currencies, all these things are created. Okay, so after installation, we got this website. That means lots of tables data. So lots of table data. So that means what? So this is a website, right? So you can go to back office. You can see sites table data is created. So you can go and see WCMS, right? WCMS. You can see sites data get created. Website is the type. Website is like a type or table. In that data is created. Okay. Because of this, you are getting the results. Then here you have languages. So language data got created. So you can see, you can go to the internalization. In the internalization, you can see currencies data got created, languages data got created, regions data got created. Okay, so similarly, so these are all what? So men's bags, streetwear, snow, all these are what? Categories. Categories data got created. You can go and see categories data got created. Can you observe this one, please? You can see categories data got created. You can see product data got created. Because of this lots of the data, you are getting this website. Yes or no?
Yes, Chenna.
Yes. So therefore, what I am trying to say that after installation, we got this website. That means lots of tables data given for us. Example, okay. So lots of the table data given for us. Example, what is the table data here? Product table data. Okay. Product type data, category type data. Okay. Languages data, websites data, currencies data, and so on and so on. Currencies data, and so on and so on. Now the question number one, did we create this data? So that means, did we create these categories? Did we create this product and all?
No.
No. Okay. So did we create these data? Answer is no. No. So that means SAP Commerce given for us. This is a nice example, nice flow here. You need to understand. So SAP Commerce given for us. So if it is a given, then you should ask one question, right? So where can we see this data? So therefore, question number two is, where can we see? Where can we see this data? So that means that language data, products data, categories data, all these things. So the answer is, so this is the apparel UK website, right? This is the apparel UK website. So therefore, you can go here and you can see there is something called apparel store. Can you see something apparel store? APPAREL, APLMN, yeah, apparel store, and you can expand it and you can go to the resources. You can go to the apparel store. Okay, import. So here you have a core data and here you have a sample data. Because of this core data, sample data, you are getting, okay, because of this core data, sample data, you are getting all these languages, currencies, categories, all those things here. That's it. Are you guys are paying attention? We'll understand those here. We'll understand those, but you need to start understanding. So therefore, because of this import sample data, core data, you are getting this website. Okay, so because of all these things, you are getting this. Is it clear? We'll go through that each one. What is the meaning of commons, content catalog, product catalog and all. So therefore, so the question, first point is what? After installation, we are getting this website. That means lots of tables or types data. So you can also call it as types here. Types data given for us. For example, product type data, category type data, language type data, website data, currency data, all this data is given. That's why you are getting this. Now, did we create those data? Answer is no. If we did not create it, then SAP Commerce provided. So where can we see that provided data? So you can see here. Next, so okay, this data is created or this data is given. Now we should ask a question. Did we execute this data? Did we import this data? Did we execute the data? Okay, so did we execute or import this data? Did we do?
No.
No, we did not do. Okay, no, we did not do. So these are executed or imported. These are, so this is a nice conclusion here. These are executed or imported into our SAP Commerce database when initialization or update happened. Do you remember when we set up this website, we performed the initialization, right? Okay, do you remember when we set up this website, we performed the initialization. So therefore, these ImpExes are executed, or imported into our SAP Commerce database. So if it is a product table, product category type, product type, like that. All these things are imported or executed when we did initialization or update. When initialization or update happened. Now you have two options, right? I said when initialization happened, this can execute. When update happened, this can execute. Now you should ask one more question. What is the question? Now you should ask one more question. So I said during the initialization, ImpExes can execute. During the update, ImpExes can execute. During the initialization, ImpEx can execute. During the update, ImpEx can execute. Okay, so therefore, where can we see what ImpExes are executed or imported during initialization and during the update? Is that clear? Okay,
Yes,
what ImpExes? Where can we see what ImpExes are executed during initialization, during the update? Do you think that every ImpEx can execute every time whenever we do update? That's wrong, right? So let's say we have the languages. Languages you want to create every time when you do the update?
no.
No. So that's why it is important to know, okay, where can we see what ImpExes get executed during initialization, what ImpExes get executed during update. For that, there is one important file. Okay, for that, there is one important file called initial system data setup. Okay, you can see initial system data setup. So this is the dot class file. Let me open the Java file. Initial system data setup.java. This is the file. Okay, this is the file. In this file, we have two methods here. Can you see this one, please? In this file, we have two methods. Okay, so the first method is, are you guys paying attention? Okay,
Yes,
so in this file, we have two methods. So this is one method, create essential data, and we have one more method, create project data. Create essential data and create project data. So please remember this. Can you guys pay attention? Can you guys pay attention? If you specify any ImpEx location here, create essential data. Essential data means, you can see here, please. Okay, so create essential data. So if you specify any ImpEx information here, so let's say I am specifying product.impex location. Product.impex location here. Then this will be executed or imported when you perform initialization or update. So that means if you specify any ImpEx information here, it will be executed during initialization or update. Now let's say you are specifying some ImpEx information here. Let's say category ImpEx. Then this will be executed when you perform update. When you perform initialization. That's it. Is that clear, everyone? So therefore, if you want to execute any ImpEx during the first time, after that you don't want to execute, then where can you keep? Tell me, where can you keep your ImpEx information?
Essential.
Essential
Sorry.
data. Okay, essential data. You can see here, please.
Project data.
No, yeah. So you can see essential data. Essential data will be executed. Sorry, project data here.
Only during init.
Okay, project data, create project data will be executed only initialization. Yeah, I have written correctly only. Okay, so essential data is what? Initialization time and update time. Yeah, whatever we have written, that is correct. So therefore, okay, so let's say you want to execute this only first time, then keep here. And you want to execute first time and later also, then keep that ImpEx information here. This is very important, you need to remember, because in the real time also we will use this. Now let me show you some example how this will be done. Okay, let me show you some examples how these are done. So I'll just go to the google.com. I'll just type initial data system setup like that. And you can say .github. So you can see some examples are there, you can refer it. So let me click on the first one. Let me click on the first one. You can see, so they have written this. Now you can see they have specified these ImpEx information. So that means that core data, sample data, some other data. They want to execute. Okay, so sorry, create essential data. You can see they are specifying this ImpEx information. It can be a method again called the another ImpEx. So therefore, these will be executed during initialization or update. So this is the project data. Similarly, you can also specify the initial data, essential data. So here they did not write essential data. You can also check some more files here. You can see this file. Okay, can you see this one? The first method is what? Essential data. Essential data means what? Update initialization. So they did not specify anything. During initialization, I want to do something. So you can see they have mentioned all this information. So these are all the different ImpExes they want to execute during initialization. Like this, you will try to keep updating this file for your project purpose. So you can also see final example. Like this, you have so many examples here, you can just refer it. Sorry. Now you can see this example is also same. Okay. So first one is essential data. So if I keep something here, it will be executed during initialization or update. So that's why they just left empty. During initialization time, they want something, only initialization time, only first time. So you can see they have mentioned all these ImpExes. They have mentioned, you can see, they are saying get this one dot, this constant. This constant will have the location information, where that ImpEx is located. So if you clearly know the ImpEx, you can also specify the ImpEx location like this, and so on, so on. Like this, you need to keep updating this initial system data setup Java file in the real time also. That's why you can see here, please, can you come back to our, that's why I said ImpExes we can execute in three ways: via HAC, via back office, via code during initialization or update. And this is the code. And when you go to HAC and perform initialization or update, this gets executed. This gets executed. That's it. So in the real time, you may write some more ImpExes. Whenever you write some more ImpExes, you will come here and specify that ImpEx needs to be executed at what time, during initialization time or update time or both. Based on that, you can keep that particular ImpEx into that respective methods, into that particular respective methods. That's it. So far, any questions? So far, any questions? We'll understand deeper on this. Okay, we just started. Okay, any questions so far?
So Channa, in real time, which solution we generally prefer? Solution 1 or 3?
Oh, this one, see, this is just a manual activity. These two are manual activities. That's
Okay.
a good question. So this is the manual activity. Manual activity. That means you need to do. So this is the automated procedure, right? So that means you need to open HSC, copy this ImpEx, go here and do it like a manual activity. Initialization and update are like a automated activities. Once you trigger it, it will go and take all the ImpExes. Let's say you have 200 ImpExes. So each ImpEx you need to take and execute. Each ImpEx you need to take and execute. Manual activity. But here you will specify the ImpEx information. Just trigger the initialization. Then it will get all executed one by one. All executed one by one in an automated way. So in the real
Okay.
time, so mostly we will put in the code only because we don't want to execute in all the environments, right? Because you have development environment, you have QA, UAT, production. Every environment execute the impacts. You can do it, but you will lose the track. So if you keep here, then the advantage is you will have also have the tracking, right? What you have written, when you have written, what you modified, when you have modified, like that. If you simply go and execute in the production system, and after 100 days, if someone comes back, what is executed, if they want to know, then it's difficult. That's why we try to keep track of the impexes in the Git repository, code repository, and whatever I am showing here. Right?
Okay. Yes, Channa.
Okay, good. Now let's come back to our diagram, please. So as I said, after installation, we are getting this website, and this website results we are able to see because lots of data created behind, like a category type data, product type data, language type data, website data, like that. So on, so on, so. Then where can we see that? I shown you where it is. Then how these are executed during initialization or update. So based on what okay, so during initialization from where it will pick, during update time where it will pick, I shown you the location. I shown you the location. Next, I said, okay, okay, I said, so this categories got created. Okay, this categories got created from the impexes. I said this product got created from the impexes. Can we see whether that is correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Can we see that code?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's observe. I said this category got created. Okay, let me take this example. I said this category got created from the impexes. Let's see whether that is there in the impex. If it is there, let's do a small modification and do the changes. Snow. Okay, let's say I click on this. Where is that here? Okay, so this is one of the category. Let me see the category. Okay, I can see the category number here. Okay, so now let's take this example. I'm saying this is one of the category, and this category should be where? This category data should be in the ImpEx file. Let's find where can this, and where this. Okay, this category. Let's find where this. I said these are all coming from ImpEx here. In a simple word, data means ImpEx. Simple word, data means ImpEx. So this is ImpEx. Okay, so let's find where this. Okay, let's find where is this, and let's also do some modification so that you get comfortability, and do the modification. Do the modification so that we get some comfortability. Okay. Now can you see this one, please? This is a category, right? Category sits in which type? Category type. So you can go to the category type or table, look for that particular category. So you can see this is the one. So this is the staged and this is the online. And we did not create this. Okay, we did not create this. As I mentioned already, conclusions. We did not create this. It is given. Where it is given, how to modify and all, let's observe. Okay, so can you see this one, please? This is the category. Now, so if I search with the category number, then we will get lots of occurrences. We need to search in the ImpEx file. You can see we are getting lots of occurrences. It is very difficult to find out. That's why what I will do is that same record I will try to find with the, I'll take the different one here because yeah, let me take the different one. Let me take the one which is having 2 votes. Okay, I'll take this one here so that it is easy to find. That's it, nothing more than that. Okay, so this is the category number. Okay. So this is the category number, this is the category number. So let's find this, okay? Category number, this is the category number. Now go here, find this. Okay, so staged and online, you can see here staged and online. Now if I search, if I want to find where is this given, okay, you can go and search it. So you have lots of occurrences, 370 occurrences are there. That's why it is very difficult to find out. That's why what we will do is that we'll take the name and search it. Category name and search it. Then you will find less occurrences. How many occurrences now you can see? How many occurrences you can see?
2.
2 occurrences. Now let's see where is the correct occurrence. So, okay, so there is a categories ImpExes, which is in the web services, coupon services. Coupon services, it's not relevant. Let's see the other one. Okay, so you can see apparel store. Is it matching? Right now, this is the apparel store and it is available in the apparel store. So this is matching. So because of this data, you are getting that record. Let's prove it. Can you guys pay attention? So because of this highlighted code, you are getting this category created. You are getting this category created. Can we prove this? Okay, I'm saying because of this highlighted code, you are getting this category. You are getting this category created. So to prove that, what I will do is that I will modify it here. So I will just add ChennaReddyTraining. Okay, I'll just add ChennaReddyTraining. I will take this entire thing and execute it. I will take this entire thing, execute it. Are you guys are there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now you can see I just executed. Now you can go to the database and see. So ChennaReddyTraining is coming. Now if I go to the website, I should see that here. Let's see whether we are seeing. It is not coming. Why it is not coming? Because
Say,
changes are there in the staged. Now you can do the sync. Okay, now you can do the sync so that changes will go to online. You guys are able to recollect all our functional sessions now.
yes, sir.
Okay, sync is done. Now go here and refresh and see. Is it coming? Is it coming? The change is coming.
Question.
Yes. So that's why I'm saying all these categories are created with these ImpExes. So it is proven to you now. All these categories got created with this ImpEx. And you can see this is the ImpEx file. Next, I said what? All these products. Let's say this is the product, right? All these products also created with the ImpExes. All these products also created with the ImpExes. Now you are getting the comfortability where these are all. Okay, so all these are created with ImpExes again. All these products and all. Okay, so did we create? Answer is no. So that means these are given in ImpEx file. Okay, let's find and modify it so that you get some comfortability. Find and modify these so that you get comfortability. Okay, can you see this one, please? Okay, so this is the product number. Take the product number, go to the back office, go to the product type, search it. Is it available? Yes. So this is what we have in the database. This is what we see in the website. Now let me go and see where it is in the ImpEx file. Go and search with the product code. If I search the product code, I am getting 142 occurrences, which is very difficult to find out. 142 occurrences, which is very difficult to find out. That's why I will go on to find with the name. I'll go on to find with the name. So let me take this name and find it. Okay, you can see it is available only 2 occurrences. Now let's see what are the 2 occurrences. First one is apparel store occurrence. Next one is coupons. Is coupon is important for me?
No.
Coupon, by looking at the name, so they are trying to create some coupon for this product, which is not required. So the first one is important. So therefore, because of this record, because of this highlighted line number 1019, this record get created. Because this record created, we are able to see in the website. Now to prove that, let me modify this record. You can see these are all the products. These are all the products here. Okay, so now you can see update product. So this is what we have. Okay, so this is what we have. Now let me modify this with some changes. Okay, so now you can see update product code, catalog version, so on, so on, so. Just now we have seen the syntax. Now take this entire ImpEx, execute it. Now go here, refresh and see. Is the change is coming? Is the change is coming?
Yes, Chenna.
Yes. Now let's go to the website. I'm not able to see the change. Why I'm not able to see the change? Because we have done the changes in the staged version, you need to do the synchronization. Okay, you need to do the synchronization. Once you do the synchronization, then synchronization is finished, then go here, refresh and see changes coming. Now at least you got the idea. The entire website is able to, we are able to see because of the data.
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, so including creating the languages, creating the currencies, creating the website, creating the base store, creating the products, creating the categories, creating the prices, everything here. The initial website, whatever you are able to see, that's all because of the data and data modeling. That's all because anyway during data modeling is also given. Product table is given, product type is given, category table is given, category type is given. Okay, website table is given, website type is given, language table is given, language type is given. Also data is given. Because of the data only you are getting this. Now, so we know that this website is created because of this ImpExes, right? Are you guys are paying attention?
Yes.
We know that that website is created because of this ImpExes, right?
Yes,
Because of
Chenna.
this ImpExes, yes or no?
Yes, Chenna.
Yes. Okay. Now, let's say you are working in one project and they ask you to create the set up the website. Can we see how do we do it step by step?
Yeah.
Can we see how do we do step by step?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now you need to pay attention, please. Let's say you are working for Chroma company or some other company and they are asking you to set up this kind of website. If I simply set up this, is it sufficient? Because why Chroma company needs this here? Why Chroma company need these categories, need this product? Chroma company should have their own categories, their own products, right?
Yes.
Are you guys are there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So therefore, now let's create website. So let's say ChennaReddyTraining, whatever it is here. Let's create website. Let's say you want to create a Chroma website. Okay, I'll just use the Chroma so that you get comfortability with the word. So chroma.com is there, right? Chroma.com. So we want to create this. Okay, so we want to create this with their own categories, their own catalogs, their own products, their own prices and all. Let's see how do we do step by step. Are you guys are paying attention?
Question.
Let's create a website called Chroma with their own catalogs and all. So now you can see I said because of this core data and because of this you are getting the apparel website, right? Now you can refer this and create easily. If you do from scratch your own way, it's very difficult here. You can refer this and create one by one. Is that clear? See, if I use as it is, you will get apparel store. Now modify this to make it as a chroma. Is that clear what I am trying to do now?
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, so I will modify this so that we get a chroma. So to modify this, what I will do is that first I will go to the commons. And every website will have the languages, right? So every website will have the countries. You can see. So we have a apparel UK, apparel Germany, like that. And is chroma is required multiple countries or only one country? Chroma is there for multiple countries or only one country? Chroma
Multiple
website is
country.
only one country. So that means you can delete the remaining. And just keep countries.impex, countries underscore impex, en impex. Only these two are sufficient. Remaining you can delete it. Then in this what you need to do, go here. So let's say this is available for India, right? This is available for India. So therefore you can only put the India record and remove the remaining. See how easy to create the website here. Because you don't need other countries, right? You don't need other countries. Yes or no?
Question.
Yes. Like this you can modify it. Like this you can modify it. Then in India, what regions are there? Those you can specify here. So in India, okay. So in India, what regions are there here? Let's say Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. So TN, Telangana, like that you can write it.
PL.
Like this you can go on keep writing. Tamil Nadu, right? TN means Tamil Nadu. Telangana, what is that?
Yes, Chenna. Tamil Nadu TN, TL, Telangana.
TN.
TL.
TN Tamil Nadu, right?
Yeah, Telangana TL.
TL Telangana. Okay, TL. Okay, fine. Okay, so now you can write like this. That's it. You can keep updating. And if you get any question, right, you can ask your business, hey, can you give me the region codes? They will give here. See, if you have a question, okay, let's say in India, how many regions are there? You don't know. You can simply send an email to your BA, business analyst, or your company. So for every company, there is a functional consultant from the company, or BA from the company, or some people will be there from the company side. Let's say you are working for Coma company, you can ask them, hey, I want to create the regions for your company. Can you give me the list of the regions? They will give you the list. Take that list and just update here. Okay, take the list and just update here. So that is how you can create this countries ImpEx. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, and the remaining you can delete it. That's it. So that is how you can make the countries ImpEx. We made the countries ImpEx. Then what is this countries underscore EN ImpEx? EN ImpEx is for localization purpose. So right now, if chroma is there for only one country, then it's always English. So therefore, if any difference is there, you can specify it. Otherwise, you don't need. Like this, you can create the countries impacts. Like that, you can create the countries impacts. Once you create the countries impacts, Then every website will have deliveries, right? Delivery modes. What are the different delivery modes we have in the Amazon? Standard delivery, premium delivery, like that, right? So therefore, whenever you are creating a website, you need to specify the delivery modes. So that's why these are the impexes for it. These are the impexes for it. And Chroma is not there for other countries. So you can delete the other country impexes. You can delete these three. Are you guys are there?
Yes,
Yes,
Chenna.
Chenna.
Good. Then what is there in the delivery mode and the delivery mode English? That you need to focus. Let's go to the delivery mode. Okay. Now this is available for, let's say, India. India means, let's say, INR, or let's say India currency. Okay, IN currency, let's say INR. Like that you can change it. Okay. Then zones. Okay, so what are the zones? Only in India, only one zone is there, right? You can see by looking at this, you will understand here. If we take the UK, UK is having multiple countries. That's why we are keeping into the zone. If we take the US, US is having only one country. Similarly, India is having only one country. So therefore, you can delete everything and to maintain a zone which is a India. That itself is a zone. That itself is a country. Is that clear? That's it. Next, delivery modes. You can ask your company, okay, what kind of delivery modes we want to allow. Okay, premium delivery, standard delivery, free delivery, and all. If they say, hey, my company don't allow the free delivery, delete this record. Delete this record. That's it. Okay, like this. If they say one more, let's say FedEx delivery, which is very cost something, 1 day delivery, 2 day delivery, whatever it is, then keep adding it. Keep adding it. Like that you can create the delivery, and every delivery will have some pricing, right? That pricing also you can, these are the different country pricings here. Product dashboards, yeah, you can see here. Okay, delivery mode for unique equal to true. So you can see for China they are writing what are the delivery modes. For these European countries, what are the delivery modes. For Japan, what are the delivery modes. Similarly, you need to write for India what are the delivery modes. That is nothing but this one. Like this, you can create the delivery modes for your company. That's it. Once you are done with that, then what is this delivery mode EN file? Now you can see here. Can you see this one? Okay, premium delivery. How you want to represent in English? If we have multiple countries, let's say it is also available for Japanese, how it should be for Japanese, how it should be for Chinese. That is the advantage of these EN files, localization files here. If you have multiple languages, then only these are useful. If your website is available for multiple languages, then only these are useful, otherwise not useful. Are you guys are there?
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, good. So therefore, like this, you can change the equivalent localization values. So that means this premium delivery in Chinese how it is. Okay, this premium delivery in Japanese how this is. This premium delivery in Germany is how it is. If you want to specify that localization, then create these files. Otherwise, these are not required. That is about these files. Next, can you guys pay attention? Can you guys pay attention? Then every website will have some basic data or essential data. Every website will have some basic data or essential data. Example, languages, currencies and all. Those you can create here. Those you can create here. Are you guys are there?
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, good. Now let me show you how do we do that. And if your website is not supporting the other countries, you can delete it and focus only essential data and essential data en. What is the purpose of en? For localization. Okay, now let me go to the essential data. So here you can see languages. What are the language you want to support? Only English. Delete the remaining. And what is the currency you want to support it? INR. Okay, so what is the currency you want to support it? INR. And if there is any conversion, you can mention the conversion. And if there is a symbol, you can specify the symbol, all those things. Then every website will have vendor information. You can specify the vendor information. We'll create the vendor warehouse and all now. Okay, so let's execute from now here. Let's execute from now. Okay, otherwise it will give the errors. Okay, so anyway, languages are already there. We don't need to do anything. Okay, currency is already there. We don't need to do anything. Then let's create my own vendor. So let's say here vendor is what? Okay, vendor is what? Default vendor. Then apparel or something. So similarly, I want to create my own vendor. So let's say Chroma vendor. Okay, Chroma vendor. Like that you can create it and you can execute it. So that in the vendor, a record get created. You can go here, execute it. Okay, execute it. Then go to the back office, see vendor. So it's not there. If it is not there, go to the types, system types. You need to have lots of patience here. So you can see vendor. Now you can see Chroma get created. Chroma vendor get created. You can see. Remaining you need to delete it here. So that means remaining you need to delete it. These you need to delete it and create only yours. Like this you can create the vendor. And every website will have the warehouses, right? You remember the functional sessions? I told every website will have warehouses. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, Chenna.
Yes. So let's create some warehouses also. So you can see here, right now this is the warehouse. Okay. So you remember these are what we have used before, right? Similarly, I want to create one more warehouse. So let's say Chroma underscore warehouse underscore let's say Chroma warehouse. That's it. CR underscore warehouse. Then I need to give the name as Chroma warehouse semicolon and give the vendor name. What is the vendor name? Just now we created a vendor, right? What is the name? Chroma vendor. So you can give CROMA vendor. So like that you can give the record and execute this. So remaining you need to delete it here, not required. So if we execute this only, then Chroma vendor get created. I'm just executing manually one by one here. I'm executing manually one by one. So there is a problem with this. The reason is conflict. Okay. Okay. This is the insert. That's why it is giving the error. So we need to go with the new one. Okay. So let me insert this particular vendor. Sorry, warehouse. Okay, so now I'm trying to execute this ImpEx so that a vendor get created. Let's see if it is creating now. What happened here? What happened? Let's go here, ImpEx import and execute it. Still getting the error. There is a registry type null. Okay, Chroma vendor. Warehouse default cannot be changed. Oh, okay. So here default warehouse It's okay. Or you can simply go to here. You can also see there is a warehouse here. Yeah, warehouse here. Base commerce warehouse. So, hey, it is created here. Okay. Chroma warehouse got created. Okay, we are good. Okay, maybe some other thing is failed in between. Anyway, in the real time, you will delete this, right? In the real time, these are all not required. You will delete it. So that's why it should be fine. So like this, you can create the vendor also. Then what else we have here? Titles. Now in India, do we have rev title here? In India, do we have rev title?
No.
No. So that's why you can delete it. Okay, that's why you can delete it. Like this, you can have titles whatever you want for your company. Then, so these you can keep as is here because most of the companies use this media formats as is. Most of the companies uses this media formats as is. Like this, you can create the languages, countries. Okay, languages, countries, medias, titles, and all. These are all called essential data required for any project. Requires for any project. So therefore, basically what I am trying to say that you just clean up the things and put what you need for your company. Are you guys are paying attention?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So like this, you can create the essential data. Once you create the essential data, let's go and see what is there in the English. So in the English, you can see you are specifying, okay, you can see here how the currency, that localization you are specifying here, you can see. That localization you are specifying. Example, you can see the title, you will understand it. So if you are thinking that your website is available for only one country, then the localization is not required. Okay, so go to the internalization, titles. These are titles. No, users, right? In the users, we have titles. Users, titles. Yeah, you can see. Okay, now you can see. So let's say this DR is there, right? See this localization. Okay, how you want to show DR in English, DR in Portuguese, DR in French and all. So if you need this one, then only you need to specify this. Is that clear? So in English, how these are. In German, how the titles are. Okay, so in the Japanese, how the titles are. Okay, in the German or in the okay, so in the Chinese, how the titles are. Like that, you can specify the equivalent translations. Like that, you can specify the equivalent translations. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, similarly, you can come here and specify what kind of credit card you want for your company. You can check with your company. They will tell. They need the Amex card. Okay. Let's say in India, do we have this Master Euro card here? Mastercard, Euro card. Do we have India?
Only Mastercard.
Yeah. So you can delete it because you don't need that for Chroma. Switch card is also, I don't think so we have. Do we have in the switch card in India? Anyone? Are you guys are there?
Yes, sir.
If not there, okay, you can delete it. So, and if you are not sure what are the values, you just send an email to your company. They will tell you, okay, we want to support these credit cards or these cards. Then you can just enter it whatever your company want and save this file or execute this. Save this file or execute it. That's it. That's how you can create the card types. Then distance. So in India, do we have miles or kilometers?
Kilometers.
Kilometers. So miles is not required. You can delete it. Miles is not required. You can delete it. And the media formats will use most of the things as is here. You can just use the media formats as is. Like this, you can create this languages, currencies, media formats, all these things for your company. Like this, you can modify it. Like this, you can modify it. Once that is done, then you can see the next one is theme. What is the meaning of theme? I already explained. What is the definition of the theme? What is the meaning of the theme? What is the definition of the theme? What is the definition of the theme here?
Theme is the look and feel.
Theme is nothing but set of the colors and fonts. Set of the colors and fonts. Set of the colors and fonts. So therefore, now you can specify. You remember, right? We already discussed this. If you go here, every website will have a theme, right? So let's go to the apparel UK. We'll create all these things here one by one. So you can see there is an alpha theme. So like this, do you want any theme? Then you can create it. So let's say for your company, only alpha is sufficient. Then remove the remaining. For your company, only alpha is sufficient. Remove the remaining. Then alpha equivalent name in English is alpha equivalent name in English is this. And you are supporting one more language, let's say German. So in the German alpha, I don't know. Okay, maybe Japanese. I don't know how to read those, but yeah. So you can maintain the equivalent translation. That's it. Nothing more than that. You can maintain the equivalent translation. That's it. Nothing more than that. Like this, you can create all the common data. Now, did you understand what is the meaning of common data? Did you understand what is the meaning of common data now? So
Yes.
common data means what? So countries, okay, delivery modes, languages, okay, themes, okay, time zones, medias, all those things. That information you can change these files as per your company. Once you change these minimum common data for your company, then every website will have a content catalog, product catalog, right? So you need to start creating the content catalog, product catalog, which we will cover tomorrow. And we will execute that content catalog, all those things one by one, and see the Chroma content catalog, Chroma product catalog, Chroma products, Chroma categories, all those things. It will take minimum 1 hour to complete it. So that's all for today. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask. Else, we'll continue tomorrow and see how to create a Chroma product catalog, Chroma content catalog. So that means this common part we completed. But you need to focus on content catalog, product catalog, store, all these things one by one. We'll go through all these things. So therefore, once you understand all these things, once you are able to modify all these things, then obviously you will get your own website. Like just now we created our own vendor, our own warehouse, right? Just now we created our own warehouse, Chroma warehouse. Similarly, we'll create a Chroma product catalog, Chroma content catalog, Chroma website, all those things one by one. Okay, that's all for today.